All right, here we go. All right, sorry, I got started with the recording a little late, so I'm just gonna scroll back to number 2 to give you a picture of that. All right, so we get a common denominator of 36, multiply the first fraction by 3, second fraction by 4, then subtract. All right, now we're on number 4. So again, I want to show you something. I know, Mr. Cappy, the common denominator is what again? 36. But let's say we didn't know that. All right, let's say we didn't know that. So what is common with 8 and 12? 2. What else, Mr. Cappy? What's common? The biggest one that's common with 18 and 12.
16.
What? 6. 6 is common. 6 is common with 18 and 12. So everybody put 6 down.
Oh.
Right now, 18 is 6 times 3 and 12 is 6 times 2. So now we know 6 is common. So what's left behind? Times 3 times 2. And 6 times 3 times 2 is obviously what? 36. Now, some of you are like, well, I already knew it was 36. Do I have to do that? No, you don't. I'm just showing you if you didn't know it was 36, that's how you could figure out it was 36. All right, now, Mr. Cappy, I'm not playing around. You with me? So I want you to sit up and tell me how to do the problem.
So you times 3 and 7, which would be 21.
Why am I doing 3?
I mean, sorry, 2.
Okay.
14. And then 3 for, and then times 3 is 12. So that'd be, yeah.
There you go. So what do I have?
I got 17 over 36.
Right. 14 plus 3 now is 17 over 36.
Mixed up.
Right? Everything is good. Anybody else have any issues? Anybody have any issues with that? All right, Miss London, you're up. You have to tell me common denominator for 8, 3, and 4. What are you thinking?
24.
You're awesome, girl. So now tell me about 24.
So 8 times 3 and 7 times 3.
Good. So I'm going to get a common denominator of 24, 24, 24, multiply by 3, then multiply by what?
Then multiply by 8.
And then multiply by?
Then multiply by 6.
You're awesome. So that gives me 21 minus what?
Minus 16.
And then plus?
And then plus 18.
Good. All right. So now after all that, what did you get?
Oh, I still have not come up.
Well, we're waiting. Yes. 23 over 24 is beautiful work. 23 over 24. Okay, so now we have a little bit of an issue here, a little bit of an issue. All right. Now, first of all, just because Graham, you were having trouble, am I going to add these or subtract these?
Subtract.
And is the sign, is it going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
All right, I'm happy with that. All right, now Taj, what's the common denominator?
Common denominator is 28.
28. I'm good with that. All right, so I'm going to put 3 and 5/14 on top and 3/4 on the bottom. Common denominator is 28. So what am I multiplying the first fraction by?
7.
And that becomes
21.
multiplying the top, okay,
Oh.
the bottom one by 7 and the top one by what?
Top 1 by 2.
Okay, so that becomes a what?
10.
10. So now what do I need to do?
10 minus 21.
Can I do 10 minus 21?
No.
So I have to borrow. The 3 becomes a what?
2.
And then what do I do with the numerator and denominator?
Yeah. Okay.
No,
You add them.
add them. Thank you, Oliver. You add them. For those of you guys who forgot, whenever you borrow, you just add the numerator and denominator together. All right, you're just adding 1. All right, so when I add those together, what does that become, Taj?
38.
38. And now we can do the subtraction. What do I get?
17,
over,
28,
and then,
-2.
yes, sir, -2. A lot of people forget the negative. Please do not forget the negative. Please do not forget the negative. Anybody have any questions? All right, here we go with number 10. Okey doke. Let's see if Noah was listening. Number 10, what's the answer? Everybody should be able to look at this and tell me what the answer is. There's no work involved here.
Oh, -40 over 11.
No. What is it?
-4 over 33.
No. What is it?
-3, 7 over 11.
No. The
Oh,
reason
okay.
it's not the same is because one's plus and one's minus, so you got to subtract them. James, tell us.
That would be, I think I got it wrong.
Well, I'm going to tell you, so it doesn't matter. I'd rather you just tell me and be wrong.
I got 26, -26 over 11.
So what did you get?
I have -2, 4 over 11.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That's what I'm talking about. -2 and 4/11. -2 and 4/11. And everyone should be able to see that. And if you're not seeing that, we got to talk. All right, so I want everybody to look up on the board.
I'm not seeing.
I know, Oliver, that's why you had your hand up. I said, I'm going to show you. All right. So here we go. Does everybody first know we're subtracting, correct? Right now, what I'm trying to get you to realize is the solution is going to come out to be negative. So now think about it. I have how many pizzas?
3,
3. And I'm going to come along and say, I'm going to eat how many of them?
7,
I'm going to eat 7 slices out of how many?
11.
Out of 11. So if I eat 7 out of 11, that means I'm going to have how many left? 4 left.
Oh, so it's 2 and 4 11.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Feels good to know that. All right, it feels good. So again, basically, look what I'm showing you again. I'm taking the one pizza and I'm cutting it into how many pieces? No, I'm cutting it into how many pieces? 11. So this pizza right here has 11 slices. I come along and I do what? Because I'm hungry. I eat 7. So there's how many left? 4. There's 4 left. And how many whole pizzas are left? 2. That's how it became 2 and 4/11. You with me? All right, girls. Emily, how's that? All right, London.
Yeah.
You can say no.
No, I didn't.
All right, come on now. I don't want you sitting there not knowing something. All right, it's silly to sit and not know something. All right, here we go. Everybody take a look at number 12 now. All right, so with number 12, Oliver, what's common? Well, first of all, Oliver, am I adding or subtracting these?
You're adding, but it's just gonna be.
Adding them. And the answer is going to be what, Oliver? Positive or negative?
-11.
Thank you. It's going to be negative. All right, what's common denominator?
18.
Thank you, sir. So what did I multiply the first fraction by? And tell me what's the new numerator?
18 times 2 and no times 3, and then which is 15 over 18, and then times 2, which is 4 over 18.
Okay, and so my final, well, and answer then. Tell me.
You get 11 and 19 over 18.
Is it positive or negative?
It's negative.
Good so far. Hold up, hold up. I know you're going to do right. I'm just giving everybody a chance. Everybody okay with that so far?
Yep.
Everybody good? They're both negative, so we're adding. All right, now Oliver, what's wrong with 19 over 18?
It's an improper fraction.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can just do 12 and 1/18.
And don't forget the,
Negative.
thank you, Oliver. That was really good. -12 and 1/18. Noah, you sure you got that?
Yeah.
Taj?
Um,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't work ahead. Work with me. Good for you, London. What?
So do we add the whole number?
Yes, we're adding the whole numbers because they're both negative. True?
Like, do we add it by how many times 18 goes into 19?
Oh, yeah. So what we did, London, we said this. We said, how many times does 18 go into 19? 1, right? With 1 left over.
And and then you add the.
Then I added the 1 and the 11.
Okay.
All right, good for you, Graham.
I got negative 11 over 18.
No, it's 19 because you forgot to add 15 and 14.
Oh,
You subtracted by accident. They're both negative.
yeah, I
okay.
subtracted.
You with me? That's your mistake. So now you need to correct it. You need to say yourself, they're both negative, so you add. Oh, are you raising your hand for a question? Good, all right, good. Say it again.
Why did it become 12?
Well, because there was 1 over here and 11 over here, which made it 12 altogether. You with me on that? Okay, Claire, that's what I want, girl. Come on now. All right, I'm really trying to help you, okay? But you got to help me. All right, I can't read your mind. I don't know if you're mad at me. I don't know if there's a problem. I don't know what. Okay, but we have to communicate for 2 years. I don't think you can, I know it's gonna be hard for you to put up with. All right, I understand. Putting up with me for 2 years is hard. All right, but we got to try. What?
I got 2 and 1 over 18.
11 plus 1 today is what, Taj? 2?
I didn't, when I was writing it down, I didn't put the 9 there.
Yeah, that's why you're paying attention. All right, here we go. 14. Okie doke. So let's talk. Emily, we got this. All right. So first of all, am I adding or subtracting? Good job. So I'm going to go ahead and write 9 and 5/8 minus 3 and 3/7. So can you tell me a common denominator? So now listen, because there is nothing common with 8 and nothing common with 7, you can just do what? Multiply those two together, right? If there's nothing. Now, always on your test, if you have trouble, you can just multiply them all together and it'll always give you the right answer, but it's not always the least. All right. So now the common denominator is, tell me. Yes, ma'am. That's how easy that is. All right. So now I had to multiply the first fraction by. That's right.
And the second.
By. You're awesome. So now.
So then you're gonna get 25. Oh, sorry. 35.
Good.
And then you're gonna get 24.
You're awesome. Okay, so now what?
So now are you gonna like add 24 and 35?
Well, you got to tell me what are we doing? You told me already. We're not adding, but what?
Subtract.
Yes, we are subtracting. So now you're subtracting these two.
So you get 11.
Yep. And then,
And then you get, wait, what did you, oh, yeah. And then you get 5. Oh, sorry. 6.
perfect. Relax, girl.
Oh, so.
Yep, and that is your answer.
Oh,
That's how easy. That's all there is to it. That's it. All right. What?
can I ask something?
I'm glad you said that way. Yes.
So I just want to make sure I know how we do it. So can I ask you after class?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on 16. And I think Ryan's going to lead the charge on number 16. Is that okay with you, Ryan? All right. So tell me, am I going to add or subtract? Hold on one second. James, you have a question?
I had a question on 14.
Okay, go back to 14. Sorry, Ryan. Give me one more.
So what I did was I kept my denominator as clean.
As what?
Oh, I did it wrong, sorry.
James, it's okay. All right. That's why I'm putting the notes up on the board so you can check your work. Right. And if you make a mistake, you don't know what your mistake is, you ask. That's what we're here for. All right. So now we're back up. So you're good now, right, James? That's what I'm talking about. Details for you. You could be great. All right. Fix the details. All right. So Ryan, am I adding or subtracting? And the answer is going to be positive or negative. You said both answers. Now, which one is it? Negative or positive? Thank you, sir. So I'm subtracting. So I'm going to put 9 and 1/9 first, 3 and 7/12. Common denominator is
36.
you are awesome. So now what?
9 and 1/9 because becomes 9 and 4/36.
Good.
And negative 3 and 7/12 becomes 3 and 21/36.
Yep. So what's the problem now?
one is negative,
So what do I have to do?
let's subtract the two.
Okay, so when I subtract,
It turned out to be 6 and 17 over 30.
no, sir, you actually made a mistake today. We're gonna let it slide. All right, this doesn't affect your greatness. All right, but you can't go 4 minus 21. So what do you have to do?
Borrow from the whole number,
That's right, which makes it a,
the 21 would be a 57.
so wait a minute now. I borrowed 1 from 9 and I want you to make it a what?
By 8,
8, and then I add these two, sir.
so 40.
40. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
All right, now what?
Now 40 minus 21 is 19.
That is correct.
Over 36.
And then what?
5 and, the whole number is 5.
That is correct.
Positive 5.
So Claire, since you asked me a question, you're allowed to jump in now. Okay, anytime you want to get with the program and, talk to me, I can talk to you.
I know that it's like the order that you wrote it in, but like I wrote it with like the 3 first, so it was just.
So let me explain why. All right, let me explain, because some people are having trouble with that.
I'm just saying, why would you borrow if it, because I could have just done 21 minus. 4.
No, so the first thing, that's why I'm always establishing, do you add or do you subtract? You subtract, right?
Yeah, but I'm like saying like because of the order I put it in, I could have just done 21 minus 4.
Yeah, but you can't then do 3 minus 9. You see what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
So that's why, listen, I'm trying to teach everyone, if you know you're gonna subtract, I want 9 above the 3. And then you don't have anything to worry about. And some kids are like, well, I can figure that out. I'm okay with that, but you're gonna make a mistake.
And the answer to this is positive.
Yes, because 9 is bigger than the 3. Right? There's more positives than negatives. Now we're making progress. You good with that? Okay. All right. So here we go. Now let's knock out 18. Now this one pretty much, I'll let you go. What, do you have a question on one of them? Or did you want to do 18?
No, I'll do 8. I already, no.
All right, we're gonna let Charlotte go.
So the common denominator would be 30.
Right, so let me go ahead and write it. 11 and 5, 6. 7 and 7 over 15. Common denominator is 30. So the first fraction becomes what?
What? Oh, 25 over
25 over 30, and the second one becomes,
14.
yes. Brilliant. Okay,
You would add it to that.
and we get what?
18 and 39.
That's exactly correct.
And then you would get to 19 and 9/30. And
Um,
then you would simplify it to 19 and 3.
All right, kiddo, that was as good as it gets. That was most excellent. All right, very good explanation all the way around. If anybody needs something, now's the time to speak up. Yes, Graham, did you have?
What was the 14 and 25 are you subtracting or adding?
You're adding because look,
I got 39.
that's what we got.
I got 18, 39 on the 30.
That's what we got.
And I just didn't do the rest. I stopped.
Yep, you good now, right? Right?
Yeah, because and you borrow and you add it.
That's exactly correct. Okay, Claire, you happy with that? You all right? You sure? All right. Here we go. Let's knock out 20. Now I'm going to let Oliver tell me about 20, please.
Okay, so
Am I adding or subtracting?
we want to start out with one thing, right?
Well, I'm asking you, do we add or subtract these fractions?
Oh, I'm on the wrong page. I'm sorry.
We're on 20.
Oh, okay. What's the wrong page? You're adding them.
Adding them. Okay, what's common denominator?
Can I write it out, please?
Just tell me what the common denominator is.
18.
18 is perfect. Okay, so what do I multiply the first fraction by?
1.
1. Beautiful work. And the second one,
3,
3, so that becomes a
25,
what?
15.
15. Perfect.
17 plus 15 is 32.
Good.
So 17, 32 over 18.
Beautiful so far. Now what? Now, Graham, don't stop here, right?
Yeah, you keep going.
So what do we got, Oliver?
You have an 18 and. Oh, I stopped
Shh,
it.
shh, shh.
And 12 over 18.
Wait a minute.
18 and 14 over 18.
Yes. Negative 18 and 14 over 18.
And then you
And
can
if-
simplify that into negative 18 and 7 over 9.
You're awesome, buddy. All right. Like I said, I feel like if you know that, you're pretty good. All right. You should do super good on super well on Wednesday. All right. Let's try 22. James,
22,
we adding or subtracting,
we are adding.
right? What's the common denominator?
Maybe 72.
You're amazing. All right. Fix the fraction for me.
So that would be, for the first one, that would be 40 over 72.
Why is that? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. You're correct. That was my fault. I wrote it backwards.
And then to the 12, it would be 63 over 72.
Perfect. So now,
You add those.
right.
to 103 over 72.
So far, so good.
And then add the 12 and 6, it's 18, negative 18.
Good.
And then you gotta simplify it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be negative 18 and negative 19. And that would become
What's 10?
31
Yes, sir.
over 72.
Yeah. I'm happy with you. That's good. Very good. Very good. 20. Somebody has a question on 20. I can't imagine why, but we'll go ahead and show him. You good? Yes, of course. It really does. All right. What? Yeah, let's do you. All right. Can you tell me what the common denominator is?
60.
60. Yes, sir. Let me write it out for us. All right, go ahead.
Negative 7, 33 over 60. And then negative 4, 22 over 60.
Good.
And then I added them, so I got negative 11. 55 over 60. And then I simplified that to negative 11, 12.
Thank you. That's excellent work. Excellent. Oh, now this one's kind of annoying. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Right, what?
Did you do the negatives first?
Yeah, so you have choices here. All right, but my opinion, you should still do the negatives first. All right, so I want everybody to follow me now. Let's do these two first, just like Oliver suggested. All right, so what's the common denominator?
You asking me?
Yes,
1 second, I'm gonna write it down. The common denominator would be 15.
perfect.
15 times 15, or 15 divided by 15 is 1, so 11 times 1 is 11. And then 3 goes into 15 5 times, so it's 5.
Good.
And so you get 15 and 16/15.
So we can simplify that to
Negative 15 and 16/15.
how much?
Negative 16 and 1/15.
Perfect. Okay, so now we're looking at that and 5/9. All right, so now a little bit harder to find a common denominator here. Oliver, can you tell me the common denominator?
I'm rewriting.
I'm waiting patiently.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody should be thinking about the common denominator, so Oliver can
Yeah,
tell
it'd
you.
be 45.
It would be 45.
15 goes into 45 3 times, so it'd be 3 over 45. And 9 goes into 45 5 times, so it'd be 25.
You're awesome. Now what? Am I adding or subtracting?
You're subtracting?
So can I subtract?
No.
So I have to.
48 over 45 and make the other one.
What do I have to do though?
You have to make this 16 a 15,
Borrow, very good.
and you have to make that a 48 over 45.
You're awesome. Now what?
48 minus 25 is 23 over 45. And so you have negative 15 and 4, which is negative 11.
You are awesome, buddy. That
I
is,
ran out of room, so can I write down the answer?
yes.
Okay.
That's why you try to write smaller, right?
Mhm.
All right, organize. Okay, I feel like this is pretty good, right? Hopefully. You sure, Claire? All right, okay. Yeah, yes, sir.
For the next one, can you do the same thing as you did with one?
Yeah. So what would I do first? I would do the two pluses. I would add first and then I would subtract.
So I just did it for homework.
Yeah.
Like,
No. So here's what I want to do, guys. I want to make myself clear because I wasn't too clear. Now, here's my thought process for trying to make you great. If you're sitting here going, man, think I'm pretty good at adding. Hey, if I'm pretty good at adding and subtracting fractions, what are we going to do in class tomorrow? What do you think we're going to do? Yes, but what am I probably going to go over? What am I probably going to go over tomorrow? No. What am I going to go over tomorrow? What ones? We just did all of the what? Evens. I'm going to do what tomorrow? The odds. I would prefer if you would go home and do the whole thing. And then when I come back to class tomorrow, you can say, wow, I got all of them right, so I don't have to study. If you come back tomorrow and I go over the odds and you miss 10 out of them, then you probably got to do a little bit of studying, right? So I'm not saying you have to go home and do them all, right? I don't want to give you that much homework, right? But you have to understand, do you know how to do it or do you not know how to do it? If you got all these correct and you knew everything that I was doing, then you're in good shape, right? Do a few of them just to make sure. Do the hard ones. Yeah. All right. And then tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing. But it's kind of silly if all you're doing is writing down the answers. That's not a good thing. All right. But I do appreciate you guys today. I felt like today was a good, productive lesson. All right. Please review some tonight. Great work, guys.